Thank you for clicking on the video, guys. Today I'll be reviewing the 3-inch exhaust from MBRP. This is your axleback kit and is the aluminized steel version. As you can see here, the MBRP axleback just slips on to the factory exhaust. I've had this about 6 months now and it's already rusting a bit. This is a mild steel version. It's mainly surface rust, but it is rusting, so that's something to note. The hangers are really rusting. Right here on the tips, you can kind of see some rust starting to form, and the tips are kind of hard to clean, but they look pretty good. Installation was fairly easy. I did it in maybe hour and a half, 2 hours. And it sounds pretty good. It's a lot deeper than the stock exhaust. It doesn't drone on the highway, and with your back seats up, it's not too loud. But keep in mind, this is an extremely loud exhaust for what it is. There is no mufflers per se, so you wake up your neighbors and maybe catch some attention you don't want. Alright, this is the interior sound with the windows down. This is a warm start from the inside. So it's pretty mild inside the cabin, at least with the back seats up. The sound deadening in the vehicle really quiets it down for the driver and passenger, but outside the vehicle it is quite loud. So that's something to keep in mind. Here's sitting at idle. We'll give it some revs. We are fully up to temp, so. One thing to note about this exhaust over stock is you can't change the valves. It's been deleted on this set of them. Now you can get other exhaust or axlebacks that include this valve. They're much more expensive, double to triple the price. So for $500, this one's really hard to beat if you just want to be loud all the time, which most people will. Another thing to take in consideration is the rust I showed you. This is a mild steel version, or the cheapest version they sell of this axleback. They sell stainless steel and I believe a black powder coated or painted version of this axleback, and those should do a little better in areas like Indiana or Midwest where I live with salt and just grime in general. But saying that, I chose this exhaust or axleback because of the price. I did not see a point in spending $1,800 on just basically muffler deletes. I know the Corsa and a few others come with mufflers, MagnaFlow, but $1,800 is a very steep price for just a stock muffler delete, basically, or different mufflers. You can get MagnaFlow, Corsa, whatever you want type of mufflers for anywhere from $150 to $250, let's say. So the $1,800 price tag is a bit much, in my opinion. So far, I haven't had any problems with it. The installation was very straightforward and easy. Now, do take a note, almost like any axleback you can buy, you do have to cut the stock exhaust, so you can't just bolt back on the stock muffler. You could make slip-on pipes for the stock mufflers if you want to put them, take them on and off, or you could get them re-welded back on. Now I'm going to try and show you guys what it's like driving the vehicle, just kind of cruising around town. Then I'll get on the interstate and we'll kind of hear highway speeds with the windows down and windows up. With the windows up, it's actually very quiet inside the cabin, and it's perfect for daily driving if you're commuting back and forth on the interstate. about 40 mile an hour on a back road, and it's very tame. We're in 4th gear, now we're in 5th, going 40 mile an hour, about 1500 RPM, and honestly it's fairly quiet, so you can putt around town and kind of be not so obnoxious for those people who want to do that. I have the active rev match on here, give you a sample of that. I do have a K&N intake on this thing, so you do hear some more induction noises over a stock, but it does delete the factory, I guess, noise tube or whatever you want to call it. Kind of give you a windows up test here. Just cruising again, 40 mile an hour, going to 5th gear. I'm not even sure if you can pick this up on the mic. It's very quiet inside the cabin. A little bit louder than stock for sure, just cruising around, but you can still hear it more, so it's more of a deep tone. I'm getting ready to get on here on the highway, roll back down the windows. We're in 2nd gear and we'll do a slight pull. Alright, now on the highway, this is 5th gear, cruising at 75 mile an hour, about 2500 RPM, and it's not too bad. If we go into 6, it quiet downs even more, so yeah, about 70 mile an hour, 1500 RPM now, and sounds about like stock. So really can't complain about it. If you're a commuter and you drive one of these every day, I would highly recommend it. Try to find a back road here and do another pull for you. Hopefully a little less wind noise. It's pretty windy over here. This is active rev match, windows up inside the car. You do get much more pops on decelerations, especially on downshifts, more so when the car is hot. And then on cold starts, you know, you can kind of do that pop trick, which I don't recommend, but you can. I think it's like 3000 to 1500 RPM in 2nd and 3rd gear. You kind of rev it up and then decel and it will pop and crackle. It does sound much louder on this exhaust, or lack of exhaust, I guess. It's 3rd gear at 3000 RPM. I'm just gonna stab it. Sounds pretty good inside the car. Outside the car is much louder. I'm going to try and do some flyby videos later when I get somebody else to help me film. But overall, yeah, I'd highly recommend the exhaust for the money. Maybe shoot for the stainless is what I might recommend. Or before you put this on, at least paint the hangers. They're mild steel, and my hangers, the brackets that go to the stock bushings on here, they're just all rusted up very badly. The rest of it, the welds and everything, they'll rust a little bit, but it's not too bad. You could probably clean it off every once in a while and be fine. But definitely recommend stainless steel or painting the hangers. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you have any questions about this exhaust or anything else about the Camaro platform, just give me a message down below. Please like and subscribe, and if you would, please like my Instagram page or follow me on Instagram. It's Fast is Fun with periods in between. Fast is and then is fun. It's pretty easy to find. I do a lot of car photography, not of just this, a lot of this, but we go to Cars and Coffee. I'm doing race events, we got motorcycles, everything. So anyway, God bless. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.